I spent a tremendous amount of money for just this little plastic switch. Hello and welcome to My Man the Maker. We have an unboxing video coming. For the first time, this is a double header. I have a box from Amazon and I have a box from eBay. A combo deal. I know that there's motorcycle parts in this box, very important motorcycle parts. And I know that there's some stuff in here for me, but I'm not sure what, because this is a Mrs. Maker box. And Mrs. Maker doesn't tell me all of the stuff that she buys. So that's going to be maybe a mixed bag. We shall see. So without any further ado, let's open the known box first. And I'll tell you what's in this box, why I got it, where I intend to use it, and why it's so important, and of course the project that it's implicated for. So let's start with the first box. This box is coming from eBay. eBay has a global fulfillment program now, which makes dealing with buying things from the United States in particular much easier than it used to be. I've been buying from eBay for over 20 years, and being a Canadian, and never being in the US, in other words, now I'm in Hong Kong, of course. It was always kind of tricky to get things across the border. In Canada, they levy duties and customs fees and all kinds of stuff. In Hong Kong, it's a free port, but it's still difficult to get people to ship internationally. So what eBay did, I think, is a counterpoint to what Amazon's up to with their Prime program and their really easy way to order things internationally, is eBay is starting to take care of global fulfillment for its customers. It's a great idea, and you can find things on eBay, particularly in the second-hand market, that you just can't find on Amazon yet. Some specialty stuff, and I've been on eBay, like I said, for 20 plus years, and I'm a little loyal to eBay. I just wish that they had easier logistics. So that's what they've solved with this global fulfillment program. All of the stuff goes to one place in the United States and then gets sent out from there. A lot like, I guess, FedEx, when you think about it. Although I think the fulfillment center in the United States might be in Kentucky or something like that. Anyways, enough about eBay. Let's talk about what's in this box, which I'm hoping is the right control cluster for the Magna Easy Rider. And the reason why is because my kill switch is destroyed on Easy Rider, and there's no way for me to make another one. I have to buy a replacement. So let's see what we got. We got some shredded stuff. The missing documents. They're here. They're with me. And a wire. Okay. And here we go. Okay, so what we have here is a right control cluster with an off and a run and a start button. And maybe I can grab my existing one. If you just hang on a second, I'll go grab it and we can maybe do a comparison. Okay, so here's the old unit, and as you can see, it's in much worse shape. The top of the switch is broken. It's approximately the same size, so that's good. I'm thinking that these two units are identical. The top one is from a 750cc version of this bike, but I'm guessing that the handlebar size and the control clusters are pretty much identical. And if you look at the business end, the old unit's got the same more or less connector. Looks like the new unit might have more electrical connectors, but that's no problem. I can just switch the connector out. What's really important is that I got this switch, actually. If I really, really needed to, I would just swap out the switch. All I need from this unit is that plastic switch. So that's looking pretty good. The start button on the old unit looks fine. So I'm super happy. I'm delighted that I got this replacement. It was really, really expensive because this is a 20-plus-year-old piece of kit. It looks wonderful. It's in great shape. The only thing I need to make sure of is that the electrical connections, I mapped them out. But there's really, when you think about it, there's only two switches. There's a start switch, which is a momentary, and then there's an off and run, which maybe cuts off. Let's see, in the old switch we've got two, it's just a cutoff switch with one wire. That's it. It still functions, but I just think it's not safe to have a switch with a broken plastic. And that's the whole reason. So I spent a tremendous amount of money for just this little plastic switch. Everything else I don't need. Everything else works just fine. The action on that one's a bit, they're about the same. So down in the guts of the switch you see 1, 2, 3, 4 make break connections down there, and this switch just has 2 solder points. So it might be just easier to unsolder, take the unit apart, take a look at the switch, unsolder the switch from the body, and just solder it back into the older unit and see how that works. That would take just a few seconds. And then the electrical, I don't have to worry about the difference in the electrical connections, nor any physical difference in terms of the size. But they're looking to be about the same size. So there we go. I bought this unit used on eBay. I'm very happy to have received it. And the reason why I bought it is because the rocker switch on the old control cluster is never going to pass inspection, and this bike has to go through a government inspection to be deemed roadworthy again. So that's the first package. Here's another package we received today from Amazon. This is the second of 2 packages. The first one came from eBay. This one, of course, is from our good friends at Amazon, and it contains mysteries. I don't know what Mrs. Maker has ordered. I know that there's probably something in there for me, and there's most certainly not stuff in there for me. So she's been kind enough to allow me to open this package. Let's see what's inside. I'll tell you what the item is, why I got it, which project it's going to be implicated in, and how it will move that project forward. So without any further ado, let's open up this package. So what's in here? We have a replacement horn for Easy Rider, and this is because the compressor, the old compressor for Easy Rider, was a total piece of junk. No way to rescue it. I couldn't even open it. When I applied power to it, nothing happened. The horn was broken. Let's have a look and see what the old stuff looked like, and that might help you to understand why I decided for a very, very low price to just replace the entire unit. So let me go get that stuff. So here's the new unit. The new unit's got 2 horns and a nice little compressor. It says weather resistant, easy installation. Well, that's great. Here's the old compressor, made in China and not particularly user serviceable. It's corroded, rusty, and I just thought it would be super hard to work on. When I used a wrench to try to open it, I cracked this plastic top here. which made it instantly not weather safe. And then I just did a survey to see if I should try to rescue it, and the survey came in exactly equal between fix or replace. So I looked at my time cost benefit calculator, and it said for the amount that you're going to pay for an entirely new set of horns, compressor, tubing, everything, you can get this bike on the road that much faster than playing with this compressor. So this is not an original Honda part. It was already an aftermarket thing, and the quality was ish, so I decided to replace that. The horn is quite nice. It's has a lot of character, shall we say. A huge long trumpet with a chunk of it missing to fit around the frame. The hose is a complete disaster, all weather aged and stuff. This trumpet is so improbably long. It's like a Jim Carrey mask type thing. So I don't know what to do with that. It's also made of metal, whereas the replacement trumpets are made of plastic. So that's what that unit's for. This new unit is here to replace the old stuff. Now, whether or not I choose to reinstall the old trumpet is a open question, but I'm certainly going to try the new plastic horns. You just plug the tube in. I'll have a listen to them and see which one's got a better sound. And there's also a chance that this may not work. There may be enough corrosion in the head so it actually doesn't make any noise when the compressor hits. We'll find out. So we'll just put that on the side. And see what the next item is. This is the second item that's intended for me. I'm so glad I got it because I actually need it today. It is a non-contact voltage tester from TAC. It's a TAC Life VT02. Very cost effective and comes with batteries wonderfully. I guess you unscrew it like this. Of course, I'm not going to read the manual. I'm just going to jam the batteries in and see what happens. They've even got branded batteries. Interesting. TAC Life batteries, AAA. I'm guessing, seeing as the bottom is a spring, that you load it that way. Okay, and power button. Okay, powered up, that's always good. Now, we need to figure out whether it can detect power. Let me just do a quick test off screen. So here we have a dehumidifier running. You see it's powered, operating, and we're going to see if there's power flowing through that power cord there. So it's saying that there's AC voltage going through at a very high voltage, maxed out. So what other modes do we have here? Cool. Great. It's got light. So, excellent. So what I'll do is we'll read the manual, of course, before we... I've had a few of these in my time. Normally they're fluke testers. Mrs. Maker decided to have me try out this TAC Life one because it seems to be a great price point and it seems to have nice features. So we said, what the heck, let's try out this new tester and see how it works. It's got a user manual. 4 pages. So we have safety instructions, okay, meter structure, flashlight, signal indicator, display, power switch, sensitivity, battery cover. Great. And technical specs, and then we're into German. So that should be okay. And I suppose if there's, if I need to know anything more about this, my guess is there's probably some online tutorials, or perhaps I will produce an online tutorial. But basically, these detectors, you just turn them on, you point them at a particular, or put them near in proximity to a power source to see if there's any juice, and if there's no juice, they don't do anything, and if there's power in there, they give off an alarm, and this one actually gives you an indication of how much power is in there, which might be useful in the sense where you have leakage current. That can happen sometimes when a circuit's ungrounded. If your electrical has poor ground in the house, you could have electrical potential in your wires even though the power is turned off. Or if you have a device that's wired backwards, you may have trouble with that device. So it's always safe to have one of these around if you're playing with anything that's electrical in the home, just as a safety check. And for the cost of the unit, I can't see why anybody wouldn't buy one of these to just play safe when you're playing with power. Just remember, when it comes to power, that's lethal. Plumbing won't kill you. Carpentry, unless you're cutting your arm off, won't kill you. Power can kill you instantly, and not a lot of power is necessary to do that. Much less than 1 amp can kill somebody. And the circuits in these homes are 15 amps each. So please, if you're going to work on electrical stuff, play safe, educate yourself, and get the correct safety equipment. Well, that's all for now. This video is pretty much done. We've opened up our 2 boxes, one from eBay, one from Amazon. I'm very delighted. I got my horn, my kill switch and start switch, and my electrical tester, all of which are needed to move things forward. Of course, the horn and the kill switch are for Easy Rider. This electrical tester is for a new project called 6B, and that is the new residence of Mrs. My Man the Maker. And she's asking me to make some modifications to that place, which I'm most delighted to do. And that's why she bought me this tester, is to make sure that when I make her house beautiful and fun and useful, it doesn't end up killing me. Always handy. So that's it for now. Stay safe, take care, and keep making. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, giving me a like, and leaving me a comment. I really enjoy making these videos, and I want to know from you how I can make them better. The whole point of these videos is to demonstrate that if I can do something, you can do it too. Well, that's it for now. So long, and remember, keep making.